This morning, I had the pleasure of speaking with, once again, making his second appearance here on the show. Maurice Benard plays the role of Sonny Corinthos on ABC Daytime's General Hospital, a role that he won the Daytime Emmy Award for in 2005, if I'm not mistaken. And he came on to talk to us a little bit about what's going on with the Bensonhurst storyline that his character and Kate, played by Kelly Sullivan, is happening right now. We got into a little bit about that, what's going to happen, what's going to happen between those two characters. We also got into a little bit more outside of that storyline as well, so you're going to get a little taste of that. I was very excited that he came on the show and spent a few minutes with us, taking a few minutes out of his time to speak with us again. And this was an interview that was supposed to be a joint interview between not just him, but it was also supposed to be with Kelly as well, but due to last minute conflicting schedules with GH, it was just Maurice by himself. So all in all, it was a great interview. So here it is, our time with Maurice Benard. Hi Maurice, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for stopping by, taking a few minutes out of your time.
All right.
So let's talk about this story that just started this week, where Sonny and Kate travel back to Bensonhurst, hitting up their old haunts as well as Sonny's childhood home. What's gonna happen? What are we gonna see between not only just those two characters, but also the complexity that makes up Sonny Corinthos?
Well, there's as you've been watching, you see him go. You see them going back to Manhattan, Bensonhurst, and their roots. And there's a lot of romance. There's a lot of somewhat arguing and getting into things. Like I told somebody else, I think Kate, it's like trying to tell an alcoholic to go to rehab. That's how it's going. And the scene where he finally goes in. Mm-hmm. That day, for me, I haven't seen it, so it's hard to. But acting it was one of my favorite shows that I've ever done, because he confronts himself as a little boy.
Oh yes. I saw you mention that on Twitter previously, that about him, that they got a great little little boy.
The little boy is just he's great, man, and he broke my heart, man. I actually broke down in the scene. Yeah, it was great. And then what Kate does for Sonny after that is really beautiful.
So it's safe to say that Sonny and Kate is gonna wind up being endgame. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's I gotta say, I love Kelly Sullivan, and I'm just having a fantastic time working with her.
I was gonna bring her up because I love Kelly and what she has been able to bring to the part of Kate in this go around. So I'm excited to see you guys together more. I just think that you guys play well off each other, and it shows on screen.
Yeah, there's something that just happened from the maybe audition even, that just clicked, and it's so easy, and it brings out kind of I hate to say, I always say lighter side, but it brings out more of who I am. Yeah. And it's really cool.
Definitely. I have to ask you, how are you adjusting to Twitter? Before I get into my next thing, how are you adjusting with that? It just seems like, you're getting the hang of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great thing for, to publicize things and to talk to your fans and everything. And I have fun reading it and this and that, but I think it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, and it took me a little time to get used to it, but I love it. I'm a twit-aholic, so.
Oh, you are.
I am. I can't stay off of the thing, so I'm there all the time. So it's just like,
Well, my kids I wonder if their neck's going to be all right as they get older, because all they do is look down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're always on that thing. So.
I actually was the one that tweeted you the one time and mentioned about finally getting to see you as Nico when you were Nico and All My Children.
Wow.
And because I you know, I've heard about it. I only seen one episode of you as Nico, and that was like almost 15 years ago. And that wasn't even enough. It was only like a half an hour. And
wow.
That's completely different than Sonny Corinthos, let me tell you that. But it still had the charisma of Sonny even back then. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that was back when I really did not act. But there was something, you know, I had a lot of passion.
Yeah.
And it was great for me because I got this role and I needed to get the role. Otherwise, I don't know, it would have been pretty bad. But for me, you can't. You know, Sonny is. I've been having the time of my life for 18 years.
Oh, absolutely. 18 years. Oh man.
18 years.
I'm getting up there in years, man. And thank you very much for telling me that. Thank you very much for telling me that. See, there's a gray hair coming out right now. We mentioned this the last time you were here, and we touched on it a little bit, and you know how we felt, both of us have felt about the daytime genre as a whole. And how people had been perceiving it as a dying breed. You know, I tend to not think of it that way anymore. I do tend to think of it that way, but I tend to think of it as in such a way where if we provide good storytelling with everything that's going on, it's gonna last. And you know, that's just what everything needs to get back to. What are your thoughts on that? You know, we lost All My Children, which was your first home.
Yeah.
And we're about to lose one life to live in about a month and a half, which is just absolutely insane. So
yeah, here's my feeling on it. You know, look, the only thing we can concern ourselves with is making the best show we can do.
All right.
And
absolutely.
I think we've been in a transition period, but I think it's turning around, and we're starting to kick butt. And it's been great for me the last couple of months, especially.
Yeah.
I did some stuff yesterday that's going to air in the new year that was incredible. Every actor in the scene, about 8 actors, were phenomenal. So as long as we get the show better, you know, start bringing up some ratings and stuff, I dare anybody to try to cancel GH, because our fans are incredibly loyal. They're not going to take it lightly.
They're very outspoken. I think very outspoken, especially in the online community.
Right.
This is my Twitterness coming out. I'm telling you, they definitely voice their concerns, and they definitely voice their opinions very well in regards to General Hospital. And your show has a huge online fan base. So yeah, I totally agree with exactly what you were saying.
I mean, look, you know, All My Children, One Life to Live, they were kind of taken off abruptly. They were told. We've had time to kind of let it, you know,
sink in.
Yeah, kick in. So we'll see. I'm going to fight to the end, and I know the fans. Oh man, I can't wait.
Oh, definitely. Listen, I'm going to keep watching this week's episodes. Again, I love what you've been doing for the past 18 years and what you're doing with Kelly now in this story, and I'm looking forward to what's coming up. And I appreciate you taking time out again, coming here and speaking with me. I really do appreciate it. Very humbled. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, and I think it's important to do this.
Absolutely. We'd love to have you back on again anytime.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you.
Maurice Benard, everybody. Plays Sonny Corinthos on ABC Daytime's General Hospital, watching weekdays on ABC, weeknights on SoapNet. As I said, unfortunately, Kelly Sullivan could not make it on to the podcast with Maurice this morning, so definitely I would love to have her on in a separate interview, as some people have been asking me if I wanted to do in the not-too-distant future, and I said absolutely I would. and I will definitely get on that. Hopefully it won't be difficult. So cross your fingers. Let's make this happen, folks. But that is going to do it for me for this interview with Maurice Benard. I want to thank you guys so much for listening to the show. I want to thank Maurice for stopping by, taking a few minutes out of his time, and doing this radio tour with everybody that he did the tour with this morning, and having the chance to speak with me. I really did appreciate everything that was put together for this tour this morning. And again, thank you so much, you guys, for tuning into the show. Follow us on Twitter @Buzzworthy Radio. I'm on Facebook as well. You can Facebook me. Same thing, Buzzworthy Radio. And we are going to be back on Monday with Melissa Reeves, who plays Jennifer Horton on NBC Daytime's Days of Our Lives. So make sure you guys tune in for that. I'll have the times for you shortly. But that's going to do it for me right now. Thanks so much again for tuning into the show. Short yet sweet, but it was right to the point. I'm Annabelle J. Lee, making sure you get the latest buzz with Buzzworthy Radio.